Hello and welcome to Maths with Jacob. This lesson will focus on quadratic equations part 2. So this video follows on from the first video where we saw how to solve simple quadratic equations. So basically this video is very much the same. The only difference is the number in front is not 1. That is really the only difference. So you can see here in that example the number is 2, and in that example the number is 3. But we go about it much the same way. So what are two terms multiplied together to give us 2m squared? Well, one of them is 2m and the other one's m. What are two numbers multiplied together to give us 3? We have a 1 and a 3. Now let's check if that's correct, because it's also possible to have a 3 up here and a 1 down there. So let's see if this is the correct position. 3 times 2m is 6m. 1 times m is 1m. 6m plus 1m is 7m. So we know that all this is correct. Now if we remember from the last video, the way we write this down, that is the product, after we do the factorising, we write it out this way. In other words, the 2m plus 1 is multiplied by the m plus 3. So 2m plus 1 multiplied by m plus 3. If you remember from the last video, if that expression has to be equal to 0, that part must be 0 or this part must be 0. So if 2m plus 1 equals 0, then m equals minus a half. So that is one solution. If the m plus 3 is 0, then m must be negative 3, and that's the other solution. So it's all very similar to the previous video. The only difference is you have numbers at the front other than 1. Number 2, we have 3m squared plus 11m minus 4 equals 0. What are two terms multiplied together to give you 3m squared? 3m and m. What are two numbers multiplied together to give you minus 4, minus 1 or plus 4? Now you can also have, it is possible to have plus 4 up here and minus 1 down here. You can also have plus 2 and minus 2, or minus 2 and plus 2. So you've actually got quite a few choices. But this is the only choice that works. You can try all the others and you'll see when you do the cross multiplication you don't get the term in the middle. And I'll show you why this is the correct choice. 4 times 3m is 12m. Minus 1 times m is minus 1m. 12m minus 1m is 11m. That's why we know this is correct. So we have 3m minus 1 times m plus 4 equals 0. Right, so we put those two together in grouping symbols. We put those two together in the grouping symbols and we let it equal 0. Now we take each of them separately. If 3m minus 1 equals 0, then m equals plus 1/3. So that is one solution. If m plus 4 equals 0, then m equals negative 4. And that is the second solution. So this whole process is very similar to the last video. The only difference that makes it a little bit harder is that the numbers in front are not 1, but you still follow the same process.